All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell, and thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. Anyway, so I don't know what to say. I'm trying to figure out stuff to say about this whole Kevin Samuels thing, and I get it. Okay, now I'm from the school that you don't speak ill of the dead. But I saw a lot of stuff. I mean, I was like, unbelievable. It was unbelievable. That's what it was. I'm literally at a loss for words, like how some people can like talk bad about people that are dead and stuff like that. I know the whole circumstances. Now, this is what I told my boy. My boy made a post and I told him this, and this is the way I feel. I get it. I get all the ill-gotten, comments and all that stuff. I get that. I get it. But like I said, once again, I am from the school of you don't speak ill of the dead. That man is regardless of what you want to say, he's an ancestor now. He's an ancestor. And he has affected the landscape of public opinion and everything else while he was here. So he was here for a reason. We know that. Now, some of the things though that I want to talk about are things that that I don't know. And my wife. I want to bring my wife into this too, because which I always do. Y'all know I'm gonna bring up what she says because I listen to her. We talk. That's my companion. That's my ride or die. That's my girl. So I'm gonna listen to what she has to say. I'm not saying that I agree with everything that she says all the time, but a lot of the stuff that she says, she's a smart woman. That's why I married her. Anyway, so part of this whole thing is like people are tripping about the whole, he was against black women. That's what people are saying. I saw a post where he's, when they listed all these things that he said against black men, but most of his stuff was against black women, right? And some of the things that the wife said was, she said, well, why does his mama have a GoFundMe when he got 1.4 million viewers or more? He's like 1.5 million viewers almost, right? So why is his mama got to have a GoFundMe? And so which brings up a lot of the stuff about what's going on with social media and how is who's really getting paid. Does the fact that you have a lot of followers mean that you get paid? Or does it just mean that, that you got a lot of followers and that these social media sites are using you to get paid? Because they're selling, every time I go on YouTube, I don't have the unlimited joint or nothing like that. But every time I go on YouTube, it's like between everything I do, I got to watch a commercial. So they getting paid. Don't get the game twisted. So why aren't these, especially the black content creators, why aren't they getting paid? This man got 1.4 million followers, but his mama trying to raise money to bury him. And so then my wife said, well, because of his content, he was unmonetized, and so this is where me and the wife, the road ends for us. I love you, baby, but I'm sorry. 1.4 million viewers is 1.4 million viewers. So somebody likes what he's saying, or somebody was liking what he was saying. Now, this is the thing that I told my boy. I was like, look, why were women calling this guy? I watched a couple of things, and in fact, I offered him, don't get me wrong, we have Capri, we have Capri Television, and I tried to get in touch with him to offer him a slot on Capri Television. Because of the 1.4, it wasn't about what he was saying, it's about the viewership, which is what, television and media is about. It's about the viewership. And then, so I mentioned to her, I said, well, look, the whole time, Rush Limbaugh talked horribly about black people, about women, about all kinds of stuff. He was one of the biggest misogynistic people in the history of media. But advertisers still bought advertisement from him. So it begs the question, should this be a discrimination suit? Put my lawyer cap on. Why does he have 1.4 million followers but no money? And everybody, and I think a lot of people, we just assume that when you got a lot of followers now, that's the thing. If you got a lot of followers, then you assume that this person has money. But now we're starting to see that might not always be true. And that these complaints that a lot of these content creators, these black content creators were making were absolutely true. There, and it goes down like that with everything. We don't get paid as much as the majority community. And that's a problem. That is a problem. And it doesn't go, now look, I'm not saying that it goes on in every situation, because I actually in entertainment and in sports, we're probably above where white entertainers are. But then again, we also have a bigger following. I mean, you don't come to an NFL game to watch the kicker. And then I was reading where the number one selling jersey is Tom Brady. And I think they said, I can't remember this but this is off the top of my head. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 8 of the top best-selling jerseys are quarterbacks, right? So 8 of the top 10 selling jerseys are quarterback jerseys, and Tom Brady's is the number one jersey overall. Okay. So why is it that we get paid less, but we're bringing more people to the table? And, the whole thing, and the whole thing is, people can complain all they want, but people were following him, and the very women that he talked about were his biggest followers. Those were the ones that were, because I got friends, look, I got people on my timeline. It was funny because I got people on my timeline on some of my social media. They didn't even know who he was. Once again, we got a Nipsey Hussle situation. Look, y'all leave me alone. Leave me alone. We got a Nipsey. No, ain't. Look, I guarantee right now, I want y'all to name me. Everybody that can leave it on my DMs or whatever. Name me 10 Nipsey Hussle songs. No, I tell you what. Just name me 5 Nipsey Hussle songs, and name me 3 that sold over 1 million copies while he was still alive. Nope. So we back at that again. Not that there's like an outpouring, like people love, like Kevin Samuels, that everybody tries to, fake it like they didn't like him, but 1.4 million people is not wrong. Somebody, y'all was watching him and y'all was calling up there, getting, letting this dude tell you about yourself. You got women calling this dude, and they wanted him, I guess, to tell them off, or to tell them that they weren't good enough to get a high quality man. And we all know that's not true. I mean, come on, y'all. We all know that's not true. It's not true. You love who you love. And you can pick up who you can pick up. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff throughout history. And people go, why is she with him? Or why he with her? Right? We do. All the time. I don't see what he's seeing her. I don't see what she's seeing him. Why she with him? Why he with her? That's common. That's real common. Real common. It really is. And then when things don't really work out and stuff like that, then we like, oh, well, see, I told you. And then the whole, this whole thing that's been going, it's literally been going on since he popped onto the scene. And the couple of ones that I saw, it's like, he's just telling them, well, and that's the other thing, that why people are not really looking at him as being beloved. Because you get on there and what does he do? He tells you all your faults. You fat, you ugly, you ain't got no education, you got too many baby daddies, you got too many children, you got all of this stuff wrong with you, so you are not qualified to marry a high value. That's from my wife. I got that from my wife. His whole thing was the high value, the high value man. You are not worthy as a woman, if you got any of these things, of getting a high value man. But we know that's not true. You love, you love who you love. And that's the same thing. And I gotta say this, what's my man, Umar Johnson? I gotta talk to him too, because look, all of this stuff, these people making all this stuff and about, okay, who you gonna marry? But people marry all kind of people, not in a race, not in a creed, not in a color, not anything. You marry who you love. But Umar wants to sit up there and talk about, oh, well, if you marry a white person, then you somehow have sold out the race. And everybody, look, and this is the weird thing. Everybody that's getting into the situation, first of all, is a woman. Because these sisters went out here and worked, y'all. They qualified themselves. They qualified themselves to get into these positions. Ain't got nothing to do with their love life. It really doesn't. They already had degrees. They already had all of this stuff before. So it's just, it is what it is. And I'm gonna be honest. There's not a lot of black men that are qualified to marry a vice president or a Supreme Court justice. Okay, so now, so attack me. Like my youngest daughter, fight me then. If you don't agree, you need to fight me about this. I'm serious. Am I wrong? See, they qualified themselves, and then the other thing is, a lot of times when a black woman has that much going for her, or whatever, there's not a lot of black men that'll approach her because they not confident within themselves. I will tell you though, I do have 2 advanced degrees. And I am married to a black woman. And I've been married a few times, and all of them black. Every one of them black. All my children's, everything. So Umar, don't come this way, brother. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing coming here. But I do think that what you're preaching is ridiculous. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes is up. My name is Judson Powell. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons, and we gonna talk about them four sisters the next time. Four sisters.